Time now for the morning rush. We could soon find out if the state's Judicial Standards Commission will investigate the DWI case against District Court Judge Deborah Walker. This morning, her case is stalled, and here's why. All of the judges in Bernalillo County have recused themselves. When a judge is chosen to preside over the case, they will likely watch this lapel video showing her arrest. Officers say Walker was twice the legal limit that night. Kristen.
Looking at more sunshine today across northern and central New Mexico. We'll keep an eye on a few spot showers possible in the southwest. That's where we'll hang on to the cloud cover today. But more sunshine getting into tomorrow across the state. The cloud cover returns Thursday night into Friday. David?
Bernalillo County DA Raul Torres says keeping the crime rate down will take more money, more prosecutors, and more time. He's now preparing to address the legislature about his new budget. In a new report, he is touting a low crime rate because of the filing of cases in district court is faster, and there's a heavy focus on prosecuting the worst of the worst.
A bill looking to rename Columbus Day is heading to its next committee. Under the proposal, Columbus Day would instead be called Indigenous Peoples Day. A unanimous passing vote in its first committee is sending it through.
New at 6, a bill is now clearing its first committee, and it would stop New Mexico cities from putting in place right-to-work ordinances. Last year, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled government workers cannot be forced to contribute to labor unions that represent them. In New Mexico, several counties have approved ordinances preventing employees from being required to join a union. The bill says only the state can do this.
New this morning, P&M says it plans to talk with lawmakers soon about a bill that would open up the state's electricity market to competition. The electric company says there are technical errors in that bill, but would not give specifics. The bill would give local communities control over who supplies their energy. 8 other states have enacted similar legislation.
Socorro police are searching for a suspect involved in a shooting with officers. State police say the Socorro officers tried to pull a car over on Sunday, but the driver did not comply and took off. Officers add that he later fled on foot before stealing a Ford F-250. During the pursuit, one officer started shooting. It's unclear if the suspect was hit.
An Albuquerque Fire Battalion is awaiting his day in court. He's on administrative leave this morning after being arrested for DWI. State police pulled over Battalion Chief Jeremiah Hansen for speeding on Friday. They say Hansen admitted to having a drink before driving, but refused to take a breathalyzer test.
New at 6, State Auditor Brian Colon is warning people in southern New Mexico of counterfeit money. Colon's office says the fake money is printed on low-quality paper and appears to have Chinese lettering on it. The state auditor's office says the fake bills have been spotted near Alamogordo.
If you've received a parking ticket recently, you may want to check it. The city is looking into dismissing hundreds of unpaid parking tickets handed out by fired parking enforcement officer Ella Barefoot. She wrote more than 1,200 while on the job. The dismissal only applies to tickets handed out in the last 4 months.
Opening arguments are scheduled today in the trial for the daycare owners accused of leaving two kids in a hot car. Mary and Sandy Taylor are facing charges of child abuse resulting in death and great bodily harm. Now they're accused of leaving 2 toddlers in a hot car for 2 hours outside their home daycare. This is in Clovis, New Mexico. And one of those girls died.
All right, take a look at this. A polar vortex bringing brutally cold and dangerous temperatures to the Midwest today. The wind chill expected to feel about 50 below zero in Chicago this morning and 70 below in Minnesota. Experts warn frostbite can strike within minutes. At least six people have died due to the storm. The U.S. Postal Service says it will not deliver mail today in the Midwest.
Here at home, we are looking at cold temperatures, just not quite as cold as what they're dealing with in the upper Midwest. The Metro Threat Index at a 1 for temps below freezing this morning here in Albuquerque, but no problems this afternoon with 50 sunshine and light winds here in Albuquerque.
A course at C&M is giving families a chance to learn how to manage their money. Family financial literacy isn't just a new course. It isn't a new course, rather, but the approach to get both parents and their kids involved in the educational process is. Students will learn about the basics of money management and saving for college. Now, while their parents are in class, the kids will receive tutoring and homework help.
A new study shows 40% of Americans are just one missed paycheck away from poverty. The findings come from an economic advocacy group highlighting the record low unemployment and the financial health of many households. This could be seen during the government shutdown when thousands of workers struggled to cover necessities like housing and food.
Here's a story getting a lot of attention online. On Friday, New Mexico will be featured on the Smithsonian's Channel's show. That's Aerial America. You can take a look at it right there, get a sneak peek. Friday's show will focus on historical figures and places in the state. You will see Earth ships and Georgia O'Keeffe. For a list of streaming options for the episode, you can visit alwaysonkrqe.com.
Okay, guys, here's a reminder for you. Valentine's Day, a little over 2 weeks away. The BioPark's going to help you out, though. They're holding a special event. It's called That's Amore. The adults-only event features a glass of champagne and a romantic dinner at the Shark Reef Cafe. The cost, $75 per person. For more information, head to alwaysonkrqe.com. Kristen.
Time for a check on your morning commute. Right now, there's nothing major out there, no crashes, no major slowdowns either. And at this point, the Big I seems to be moving close to posted speeds.
Well, if football fans are still trying to get tickets to the big game, it's going to come at a hefty price. According to data from StubHub, there are 2,800 tickets still available to see the Patriots and the Rams face off. Now, the average ticket price is going for $4,636, with the lowest prices hovering around $2,000.
We're taking you back 100 years ago on this day. San Juan picked up 13 inches of snow. They actually did the same thing in 1999, but that's the highest one-day snow total they've seen in that area since they have been taking measurements over the last 100 years. Time now for a look at the 5 facts.
All right, we start with number 5 here. Another reminder for you folks. The BioPark is offering special Valentine's Day deals. We're just, a couple of weeks away. The BioPark is hosting That's Amore on February 14th. The adults-only event features a glass of champagne and a romantic dinner at the Shark Reef Cafe. The cost is $75 per person. For more information, head to our website. That's alwaysonkrqe.com.
At number 4, if you still have an unpaid parking ticket this morning, you may be one of the lucky few who will not have to pay it. The city fired parking enforcement officer Ella Barefoot, who wrote more than 1,200 tickets, but now hundreds of those could be dropped. The city confirms any unpaid tickets handed out by Officer Barefoot will eventually be sent to court and dismissed. The dismissal only applies to tickets handed out in the last 4 months.
At number 3, warmer today with more sunshine across the state. That leaves us in the 50s. Still a few spot showers possible in the far southwestern corner. No accumulation expected. A few more spot showers in the southwest as we get you into Friday. But a bigger storm on the way for the weekend. Now, this is going to bring rain and snow to western, central, and southern New Mexico. Breezy to windy conditions add that here in Albuquerque with a spot shower possible Sunday, too. Now, you'll notice the temperature is not necessarily dropping too significantly. We're going to stay above average in the middle to upper 50s with overnights in the 20s and 30s.
At number 2, Bernalillo County District Attorney Raul Torres is preparing to address lawmakers about his budget next week. Ahead of that, in a newly released report, he's explaining what his office has done with the extra $4 million that lawmakers gave him in 2018. The DA's report states the total number of reported criminal cases is below 3,000 reports per month. Now, that's the lowest level since March 2015. The DA says there are two key factors here, and that's the filing of cases in district court becoming faster and a heavy focus on prosecuting the worst of the worst. Torres says that the goal now is to keep it up, which will take more money, more prosecutors, and more time.
On to number 1. Now, we're hoping to find out soon who will hear the DWI case against District Court Judge Deborah Walker. All of the judges in Bernalillo County have recused themselves from hearing the case. Whoever does take over will likely watch newly released lapel camera video showing the moment the family court judge was arrested and charged. Officers say Walker was twice the legal limit when she caused a crash last Wednesday on Rio Grande. She continues to deny that claim. A petition is now circulating asking for her resignation. If you want to read that petition, head to our website. That's alwaysonkrqe.com.